Hey Rick, how are you doing? Good to see you. Oh, Laura's here. We can get going. Hi Hank, how are you? Welcome to Friday. Y'all can unmute for a little so we can say hi before we catch up. Marie, how are you doing? In the middle of the state?
Extremely well. I can report a little bit about what's going on.
That will take what we can get. Yeah, good, good, good.
Okay.
That is terrific. Hey Leslie, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you
Good to
doing?
see you. Did you all have a concert this past week?
Well, it was November 3rd, I think.
Sorry, I missed that. I've been out of town on weekends a bunch. Yeah.
I feel like November's just missing altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah, that little thing at the beginning of the month kind of filled it up. And
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, that is true. Yep, 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 yep. Good, good, good. And Terry, I see you're here. Welcome. It's been a
Thank
long
you.
time
Nice to
since
see
you
you.
arrived in person. Yeah. And Heather, I don't know you, but I'll say hi.
Hi.
Know you. And Mash Law at Hotmail. Is that Mark, Michael? Mark.
It's Mark.
Thank you. Good to meet you, sir, again. And
Thank you. Thank you.
hi, Lawrence. How are you? I'm just reading names as folks are zooming in. Good to see you.
Good, how are you?
Good, good, good. Beth K, is this everybody in from the waiting room that we can see?
Yes.
Okay. So the chimes or the bell on the courthouse has rung in Westchester. So let's get rolling and see what's going on throughout the region. How about, can you introduce just a brief who you are and what organization you're representing? And if there's a geographic area of the county that's very specific to where you're interested in doing 250 projects, let us know. Otherwise, we're just going to say it's all Chester County. So let's do some brief intros and then we'll zoom in to see what's going on. How's that? So I'm Karen Simmons and I'm managing the 250 initiative at the Community Foundation on behalf of the Chester County Planning Commission. And on our staff, Beth, why don't you and then Em?
Sure. I'm Beth Krallis. I am working with Karen on the marketing side of things and website side of things and helping to promote hopefully all of what you guys have going on.
And Em? And then Ange?
Hi, I'm Emily Dina. I do marketing and business affairs. Also working on the website and promoting different events in the community.
Ms. Skelly has been busy on behalf of 250 this week. Angela, introduce yourself.
Right. So I'm Angela Scully and I'm working with Karen of the Chester County Community Foundation as an outreach officer, and I work a lot on fundraising. So I'm out seeing a lot of sites and talking with executive directors and boards. And this week we submitted 2 DCED grants for heritage centers at Chadds Ford and at the Paoli Battlefield in Malvern. So baby steps, but just a lot.
And how about brief intros and then we'll dive into 250. Rick, could you introduce yourselves?
Yes, I'm Rick, and I participate with the Masons of the mid and southern Chester County.
Got it. Laura Kennedy.
Hi, I'm Laura Kennedy. I am the advancement manager for Founding Forward, formerly Freedom's Foundation of Valley Forge. We are adjacent to the park. We have the Medal of Honor Grove on our property, and we are looking to do civic education and civic engagement in our area.
More to come. Hank Summer, would you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. My name is Hank Summer. I am a resident and the Township Committee for Chadds Ford Township, neighboring town to Chester County. And we're engaging some of our neighbors across the lines to look at some activities for 2026.
Yes, and I'm glad you're here because
Thank you.
I think Chadds Ford's Chester County, Hank. You know that.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Mari, a brief intro and then we'll circle back for more detail.
Hi there, Mari Forbes with the National Travel Center. I am working with the Brandywine Valley Scenic Byway Commission on the Harriet Tubman Byway, the Pines Restoration, and 2 Underground Railroad heritage trails throughout Chester County.
Mm. And Mark,
I kind of wear two hats. I'm chair of the West Pikeland Historic Commission, and I'm president of Historic Yellow Springs.
that's one of my
Yeah.
favorite places where I love to come up and wear reenactor clothes and throw candy at children. Leslie, and then Heather.
Hi, I'm Leslie Burnick. I'm the president of the Chester County Concert Band. We are a large community band. We have about 100 members. Typically, most of our concerts, we have anywhere from 65 to 75 members playing. And of course, we would love to be involved anywhere in Chester County and elsewhere for 2026, 2025, things like that. So we're already booking for next year. So if anybody is interested in having our group perform, that would be great. So thanks so much.
Thanks, Leslie. And Heather?
My name is Heather Condello. I am with the Jepka Abbott chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution, and I'm their America 250 chair. And we have over 200 members, and most of them live in Chester County. So, we're interested in, events and markers and all that.
You all had some great representation a couple weeks ago at Paoli for the Daughters of the American Revolution on one of their events. So I'm glad you're up here today to connect face to face by Zoom. Lawrence and then Kathy.
Hi, it's Lawrence Accio from East Wetland Township. I am the Director of Parks and Recreation and have been designated as our liaison for any 250 celebration. So between the Historical Society, our Parks and Rec people, looking for programming and event ideas to bring into our township.
Great. I am glad to see you here. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Kathy.
Yes,
And then-
I just signed up this morning. And I'm happy to get the link already. I have no title. However, I'm a resident of Traditions at Longwood. It is a 55 plus community. We have a lot of members interested in history. We have a lot of veterans. We have a lot of seniors who have time on their hands to volunteer. And I'm trying to get them excited about this upcoming event. And I think we have a lot of interest in our community.
I think this is great that you're here, Kathy. And if you want a title, we can find out one for you. But
Volunteer.
Energetic volunteers are great things. So thank you. And the folks in the Kenna area are trying to get together some community planning through. So guess who just got on the list with that? Thank you. Jerry and then Terry. How's that?
First, thank you. What a wonderful group and what a wonderful meeting. I am Jerry Gonzalez. I am the Community Relations Representative for Child Guidance Resource Centers. We provide mental health services and behavioral health services in Philadelphia County, Chester County, Montgomery County, and Delaware County. And I am so excited. I was there at Paoli last weekend or 2 weekends ago.
The day before your birthday, Jerry.
Thank you. You are so kind. You remember?
Happy birthday. You don't
And
look
it was
53 yet.
I had my 71st birthday, which means I was very old already at 50 years ago when I was participating in all the bicentennial stuff. And I think, as I mentioned, frankly, I was not impressed. It wasn't well prepared. Maybe it was the mayor of Philadelphia at that time who didn't take it seriously. Maybe the people didn't take it seriously. Maybe I didn't take it seriously because I just graduated like a month earlier from Westchester State College, as very few of you heard about. Now it's Westchester University. But I have already attended meetings in Delaware County's 250 group, and I've communicated with the Philadelphia 250 group. So I want to personally be involved, and I want Child Guidance to be involved with our families to focus on the things that we all support. Whatever side of the political fence you're on, we are Americans, and this is something we all need to be together on. But again, thank you for allowing me to be here, a Delaware County resident, but we have services in all the counties, so I'm very excited. Thank you.
Yes, it's the America 250. So you're here. Jerry Petrayko, you're back. And then we'll go to Jerry Pizzola and then Ranger J.
Great, thank you. Sorry, I had to walk away. I had someone knocking at my door. My German Shepherd decided he was going to outpace me. So hi everyone, great to see you. I've been on the calls before, so many of you I know, and it's great to see you again, Karen. It was a great event this past month to
Thanks.
celebrate the awards. And I'm executive director for the Volunteer English Program here in Chester County. We're a nonprofit supporting English language through one-to-one tutoring. Very community civic minded individuals who volunteer over 10,000 hours a year to support people who are learning English for the first time or maybe brushing up on their bilingual skills. We're very interested in finding the immigrant pathway conversation as part of the 250. My board is very excited about it. My advisory council is interested. We're just trying to find how we situate so that our new residents, not all new citizens, but new residents feel part of this process and celebration. They're very culturally aware. They study their civics exams to become citizens. It's very, very important to them. So we represent currently we have over 250 adult learners working with us and about 200 to 300 waiting on our wait list for tutoring. So we're very much in demand. We serve all over Chester County, 42 zip codes specifically, and we also have folks who work and live on the collar communities of Philadelphia, Delaware County, Munco, and also a little bit of Berks County.
Nice.
So really interested to figure out how we can navigate this. And I see Jerry Pizzola on the call, and I just want to say hi, shout out to Jerry, also a supporter of ours. So I thank you for that.
Yeah. Okay, Jerry, she just turned it over to you.
Yeah, I love Terry's organization. I actually interviewed Terry Marin on our TV station about the program, and I'm now representing the Hershey's Mill Players Association, a group of 80 to 100 actors and people that like to work behind the stages and so forth. We put on an original play every 2 years. And so Jeff Taylor had asked me to get involved in our organization because we're actors. And he was saying there are some things that we can do. However, 2026 is when we're going to be putting on a play. So what I'm looking at is how we can fit this in without interfering with the play and all the memorizing and the rehearsing and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm here, just to kind of check it out.
So Jerry, have you chosen the play, and does it have a liberty and justice for all theme by chance, or not yet?
It does not.
Okay.
But what Jeff had mentioned is that, we could get some actors together and go to certain places in Chester County and dress up in American Revolution.
Oh, Jerry.
And read the Constitution, which wouldn't cause any real memorization. And our play ends the end of June of 2026. So this probably wouldn't be until after that, I would assume.
Yeah.
If I may jump in for one brief second, what you said is such a wonderful thing. Back 50 years ago, the one thing the city did do correctly was the performing arts. And the touring company of 1776 was in town right in the middle of course, 1776. And the city of Philadelphia bought every ticket. And so it was free the entire summer of 17, and I was there at least once a week with it was wonderful. My phone's ringing. I'm sorry, my bleep.
All right. Yeah, Ranger Jay, would you introduce yourself to everybody, sir? Herb?
Good afternoon, everyone. I apologize for being late. When you pull into the park, inevitably some park visitor comes to ask questions.
It's
we have 6 parks and 3 regional trails throughout the county. So we're here 364 days a year for residents, and same thing throughout the 2026 and beyond celebrations.
Very good. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to do a very, very brief overview because a few of you are a little bit new to the overarching themes. And then I'd like to divide and kind of go through the different themes or parts of it, just see who's doing what, you know, so far. So if you, can people see my screen?
Yes.
Is it shared? That makes one of us. Let me get to it. Uh-huh. Yeah. Sorry there. You would think I would know this by now. So, oh yeah, I have been punching along as we've been introducing. All right, and Emily will send this out, and it's on the website too. So you all know that throughout 2026, the 250th anniversary of the founding of our nation is coming, and it is not just a Chester County thing, so it doesn't matter where you're from, we're Americans. And in Chester County specifically, though, the fact is, through the Heritage Task Force that was put together by the Planning Commission and the Commissioners, there are themes that have been adopted for 250. And if you are within the themes, that's even better. And if you're not, it's liberty and justice for all. So whatever. But the themes officially are from the power of place, there's agricultural bounty, iron, steel, and industry, the Revolutionary Philadelphia Campaign, and the unfinished business of the pathway to freedom. And those have to do with our very location. And there's also the more intangible, not quite locational themes of really unfinished revolutions and we the people. And the fact is, there's so many heritage sites throughout the region that our aim is to really help the heritage centers get prepared and ready for the visitors that are becoming to learn about the nation's past, its impact on the present, and what it foretells for the future, specific to how Chester County helped to found our nation and to build a more perfect union. And what we're looking for is whatever events are already going on to encourage people. Like you said, Jerry, what can we do to add an overlay, maybe to what we're already doing, to help with this whole, any of the themes or liberty and justice for all, we the people. So that's a very, and these themes are described in more detail, and some of you are very much involved in some of the themes, and we'll go back on that. And here's a map of Chester County, which kind of geographically lays out some of the territory where the themes, agricultural bounty, we know there's a bread basket and an apple cider basket and a wine basket and beer basket and all over here. And that's for today's visitors. And in the past, the agricultural bounty and the natural resources of our county played a strong part in the development of our country. Iron, steel, and industry. Part of the natural resources that literally forged our freedom and set the path for the industrial tech sector that remains strong throughout Chester County. And the Philadelphia Campaign, starting at south and coming up Route 1, the Battle of Brandywine, Battle of the Clouds, having to resupply over here to get some ammo because it got a little wet at the Battle of the Clouds. Paoli, where we got massacred. Headed over to Germantown, and then overwintered at Valley Forge. Lost all of those, but we won the war. So what are the lessons learned and how does that play out in today? Very clearly. So Philly Campaign is a very obvious heritage theme that needs to be strengthened and tied together so people understand it as a whole. And there was some unfinished business in those early days. And because of where we are and who we are, the path to freedom really is some of the unfinished business took off throughout Chester County and also influenced things about women's suffrage and civil rights. And there's a lot going on today. So these are the official heritage themes that the county has adopted and wants us to spread the word about. And the fact is, I mean, there's maps all over the place. We can go into more detail individually. You can see about the theme for the revolution and the Philly Campaign, the path to freedom, which Marie will help us explain a little bit more because this will need updates. Iron and steel. Ranger Jay, I know that you got a lot of iron and steel going on up here. And I'm glad you're here because there's a lot more we can do, I think. And then the agricultural bounty is just getting underway as a path, but it's there. So there's much to come. And the fact is, this is all about we the people, our rights and responsibilities as citizens, and to make sure that people understand that these freedoms that we have, that people shed their blood so that we can pursue life, liberty, and happiness. And it's the Declaration of Independence to be read, as well as the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And so, Kathy, you'd mentioned it, long-winded traditions. What we're trying to do is we're coming out to every group we can find and helping you plan what you want to do. And if there's a way that we can help support that, that's even better, because this is a grassroots, we the people event. And we just help groups get together, talk about what 250 could mean, help people come up with ideas. Then we help find partners, and you get to do it. But if you tell us about it, we will promote it like crazy so that other people can come and support it. And then actually, Jerry, you were talking about readings. One of the initiatives that we're trying to work on with Valley Forge is readings of the Declaration of Independence throughout the year, especially over the summer, in any place where people would want to gather and read different parts of the Declaration and then talk about it. So there's projects that are underway that we'd love to have more people helping with, and just get the word out and then help us to implement those as well. And everything that's happening, we're trying to have you tell us or email us or just sign up so that we can promote it to the world so that people will know about it. And all the ideas you have in the planning phases, we're putting on the whiteboard so that you can share ideas of who's doing what. This starts now, and it goes throughout 2026, not just the 4th of July. And specific to Chester and Delaware County, 9/11/77 was the Battle of the Brandywines, Cloud and Paoli, and the march into Valley Forge was through the winter of 7 and 8. So the things we're putting in place now are going to go on for a legacy, not just stopping here, but this is the start. That is, and there's a few things going on in Philadelphia, and people are going to want to make sure we're ready for some more visitors overall. So here we are today, zooming in. Questions about that? Ideas? Because I would love to hear who's doing what.
Karen, you had said you could help us develop ideas. Right now, it's only a handful of us working on ideas,
That's
but I'm
good.
just wondering who we would contact for that. Also, we have we're right like 2 miles from Longwood Gardens. We
Yeah.
have 2 clubhouses that we could open up for events, or if there's speaker series or whatever, book clubs. We could share our facilities. And again, I'm hoping this retirement community would volunteer for other activities.
Yes, yeah. You have just let us know. So actually, Emily is keeping track of, and we can set up meetings, to come on out and do small meetings to kind of get people aware, and then hook you into what the Kennett Historic Commission planning. They're trying to get some community planning underway in January, February. So yes,
So I would contact Emily.
you just did.
Oh, I just did. Hi, Emily.
We make it easy. So yeah, if you want to have a certain dates you want us to come out, just tell us. And I live over at Longwood.
Oh, you live in Traditions?
I live across the road on Route 1, actually. So I'm
Oh,
over
okay.
on the
Off
corner.
of 926 or whatever.
So yeah. So yes, we would love to get you more involved. That'll be terrific. So who's got what going on? Marie, do you want to talk about, Rick, what's going on with the Masons? What's our latest planting of the Liberty trees looking like, sir?
Okay, well, as far as the Liberty trees, we made a scheduling mistake.
No, we're learning from our scheduling, Rick. They are flexible.
We were looking at Sundays, And we didn't take in consideration that Brandywine Battlefield's closed on Sundays.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
So communication is still happening on that. We do promise that sometime during next year, we will be planting one Liberty tree at Brandywine Battlefield and one Liberty tree at the Paoli massacre site. Other things that the
Like the
Mason
Liberty Tree, this to me is amazing. It's part of the Liberty Tree from Boston.
It's part of the Liberty Tree actually from Annapolis.
Annapolis, okay.
Yeah, there were several Liberty trees, and what the Liberty Tree is a meeting spot for people during the Revolution. As far as one of the things was meet me at the Liberty Tree.
Okay.
And it was a site, and it was in several areas. The only one in existence left is the one in Annapolis, and the Masons of Pennsylvania were able to get several sprigs and all. And our project is to plant at least one in every single county in Pennsylvania. Chester County, we already have arrangements to plant two, one at Brandywine Battlefield and one at Paoli Massacre site.
Well, technically, Rick, you've hit two counties because Delaware County is Brandywine Battlefield. What do you think?
Actually,
Happy?
Delaware County, may call this gerrymandering or whatever. We've redrew the lines. And actually, Delaware County now belongs to the southern part of Chester County as far as the local Masons.
You're going back 250 years before Delaware County split off from Chester County, aren't you? All right,
Yeah.
we'll take it, Hank, right? So Rick, when you do these ceremonies, we get together with the commissioners of the region and we invite all kinds of folks in. So once you set the date, we do a big press event, yes?
Yes, that's what we're hoping for.
Okay.
But
Fair.
other exciting things that are happening right now is 2 weeks ago, we did the groundbreaking for the Tun Tavern in Philadelphia, in Old City. It's the Tun Tavern is the original birthplace for Pennsylvania Freemasons. It's the original birthplace for the U.S. Marine Corps and for several other organizations. We are building a replica of it to bring it back.
Right.
And all, and it's known as being a place that during the writing of the Declaration of Independence and all that, when they were on break, this is a place where many of our founding fathers went for business that would have been done in a tavern. It is going to be a fully functioning restaurant and museum.
Oh, you guys,
And
that's huge.
yeah, and it's set up to that all the profit made from the restaurant and all that will go right back into charity.
Nice.
No.
So the Tun Tavern burned down, but you're going to rebuild it now down at 95 and Penn's Landing?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Like
okay.
I said, it's a replica.
Right.
It's a replica, but we, from old pictures and all, we're trying to be as
You'll be
authentic as possible.
I have no doubt. Fascinating.
So that's happening. Also, we do have a little known museum that I forgot to mention before. I was down there 2 weeks ago. It's our Grand Lodge on 1 North Broad Street.
A little museum in the Grand Lodge? The building take up the whole block?
Yes, it does, and we're still mad at City Hall because we were promised that where City Hall is, that it was going to be a park and all.
It's okay, Rick. I think we did okay with City Hall down there.
Anyhow, in that museum, we have original letters from Lafayette.
Yeah.
We have George Washington's Masonic apron that Lafayette gave to him, and other documents and all that. And again, it's open to the public for viewing.
Yeah, I don't think people know how many of the founding fathers were actually Masons. So, yeah.
I don't have an exact count, but there were a few at least.
Definitely.
And lastly, Pennsylvania passed a law last year as far as charity organizations and tax exoneration for real estate taxes. 2 of our local lodges has already went through the process, went through the hearing, and were granted exoneration. And we're expecting that our other lodges will apply soon. And all. One of the tests is the county wants to know how monetarily we will continue to contribute
Right.
to the county
Mhm.
if we don't do so via taxes.
Right.
And I've been saying that's a great place for Chester County 250 to come to be us to be a part of. As
Okay.
far as our monetary donations, well, both our donations of monetary and manpower. So again, whatever's needed, I can certainly see what the Chester County Masons can do.
So are you
towards
talking about
it.
pilots and silots and grants and projects you can make out to the organizations to help?
Well, we're lacking money.
Okay.
The individual lodges as ourselves. I mean, we do have some funds that we can charity give, and we have plenty of manpower.
Okay.
And so, whatever's needed. Wouldn't be large grants, but it would be there's some money available.
Seed money. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Thanks for sharing that.
And lastly, is it Jerry that was talking about reenactment and
He was,
all
and he's
that
got his
good
hands
stuff?
up next after you, Rick. Yep.
Well, anyhow, that's one of the favorite things we like to do.
Okay.
So if we can collaborate, I'm sure we can work something out as far as that.
That is good to know, because as we're talking with the superintendents and the principals of the schools, boy, do they want reenactors, and there's just not going to be enough to go around. And yeah, people who want to volunteer to be reenactors are, yeah. Jerry, what do you have? Mr. Pizzola. Thanks, Rick. And Jerry, you have to unmute yourself if you would.
Yeah, I was writing down reenactors. I guess my concern is what are the dates?
It's all year forever. There are no, and so Jerry, what we can do afterwards, if you want to stay on, is we can go through individually, because I know this, I think, is one of your first calls. But we're really asking people to do things all throughout 2026.
Okay.
And of course, there's going to be more over the summer.
Okay, so yeah, because that was when I brought this up to our president, her biggest concern was we start rehearsal, we start January 1st, 2026. and we really have to rehearse for our play. We have rehearsals like twice a week until the play ends at the end of June. So her concern was, we're not going to have time to memorize things. We're not going to have time to put things together. I liked what Jerry said. I think it was Jerry, that if we could have a play that involves that, and that would be our play for 2026.
That would be great.
Well, except that the writers are already in the process. So I don't know if that's going to be possible, but who knows? We could throw something in. Looks like Jerry's trying to talk, but he's muted.
I was gonna say, I don't think Hamilton's available just yet.
No.
Maybe in a couple of years. And like I said, I enjoyed 1776 when Philadelphia did it for free the entire summer of the bicentennial. And I know so many local communities. I know here in Delaware County, local communities are doing just what we're doing right now, trying to find things to present and to prepare now for that. Because as we all know, it'll be here very, very soon.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, and we could certainly plan things for, after our play is over during the year of 2026. So I guess
that the reading of the Declaration of Independence during July and the Bill of Rights, and to have some reenactor costumes, that would be a great service for the region.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a definite, we'll make sure and hook up with that too, okay?
And who would we go through with that, Karen?
Emily.
Or you, or?
Emily's gonna take a note on it so that we can hook up with anybody who's got reenactor volunteers.
Okay.
And it'll be on our webpage. And then we'll try to hook up people together with the opportunities.
Okay.
Yeah. Marie, would you like to tell us what's going on? Today's update for the Harriet Tubman Byway.
Well, the Path to Freedom, for all of you that don't know, the Path to Freedom theme, the Brandywine Scenic Valley Scenic Byway Commission teamed up with Chester County 250 Path to Freedom, and we have had some things just come together that are fairly quite unusual at this point. A couple of years ago, the byway was designated, and we realized there was so much more of a story in Chester County since it is right over the line from Delaware, and in 1780 changed the political dynamic when the Gradual Abolition Act was passed by the legislature. And the byway connects to the Delaware Harriet Tubman National Scenic Byway. And we realized during that planning and subsequently creating a website with 10 really impactful stories that there was so much more information. There were so many more locations. We identified 154 locations around Chester County and have tailored now that into 2 heritage interpretive trails, of which have now been drafted and mapped. 13 locations to visit on each one, and viewing corridors, as we call them, in between those stops. And then the commission applied for a grant to do a planning study for a property called the Pines that's in Kennet Township, owned by the township. And I'm not sure any of us thought we were going to actually be awarded the grant. We were. Yes.
I knew you would be, honey.
So we are up to our ears in the planning study because the Federal Highway Administration, which administers byways, announced a notice of funding opportunity, which PennDOT gave a deadline of November 27th, and then we're also applying for a DCED grant.
Oh,
so
good.
we scrambled the whole planning study to make sure that we could get the costs done in time, and then we'll finish the rest of it in January, February, and March. So we have just been running around like crazy people, but what an opportunity to be able to utilize and transform a property that actually still has its sub-basement where freedom seekers were sequestered into a permanent home for the Kennett Underground Railroad Center and the Harriet Tubman Byway, and whomever else wants to be included at this point, to transform with historic exhibits and information, touchscreens, and all those other wonderful things. So stay tuned.
You know what, Murray, if you don't mind, can I share the website for the byway?
Yeah, absolutely.
That work? And actually, I think I can just take a moment, and I'd like to share the screen so we can actually see it, because you've done an incredible job. And have people seen it yet?
The trails and the trail
This one?
information will be going out to the task force this upcoming week, because there really are two trails that extend this byway all the way through Chester County.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really
there are 10 stories on here that, if you're interested in the subject at all, take the opportunity to read them.
And the connections that you're doing to really pull together all the various untold stories and sites along the way.
Yeah.
The byway starts outside of Chester County, obviously. And this focus really does bring it all together.
Actually, the Pennsylvania portion starts in Chester County at the Delaware line.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're designated a separate byway from Delaware and Maryland now to be able to have a separate PennDOT byway.
Yeah. So, and this is the Pines?
Yes, and that's the.
You want to tell people the significance of the Pines again?
It was built in 1823, and Dr. Fussell, who was the second owner of the property, helped about 2,000 freedom seekers. And there is still, and they can't tell whether it's from a house earlier than that or this one, there's a sub-basement still intact, extant in there, and some tunnels that the freedom seekers were sequestered in to keep them from capture.
And this is right on Route 1, down the road from the Walmart, in front of the Constellation Exelon, Kathy. So
yeah, I know where that is.
Kennett Township reworked the outside. It's beautiful. The inside needs a ton of work, and we're working with Mark Slough to get the costing done soon enough to get these grants in by the end of November.
And it's also going to be a gateway, so that this is really going to be a huge informational center in conjunction with the Longwood Gardens. I mean, Longwood Gardens has said, no, this is the real gateway for the byway. So there's a lot going to happen here. So Kathy, stay tuned. And Hank,
I'm involved with the Longwood Garden stuff. We're involved with all that. Yeah.
Yep. So this will be a good part of it.
So Marie, this is Hank. Just two questions, if I can.
Sure.
What's is there a chart that shows the pathway across from where it starts in Pennsylvania, where it goes to?
The scenic byway.
The byway.
Okay. Can
The byway starts at the Delaware line and comes up 7.6 miles on Route 52. The point of doing the trails is that PennDOT is just, and I apologize if somebody is involved with them, but they are horrendous to work with signage requirements and all of that other kind of thing. So we're taking the story of the Underground Railroad and putting it into two heritage trails, one around Kennett Square that has about 40 stops, and another one that goes to Phoenixville and Coatesville and all those other places in the county that have this kind of site, selecting out of those 154 that we found. The byway is public, the trails are yet in development.
So Hank, you are coming in at the first year development stage of a lot of this.
Right.
Sure.
And you said you had two questions.
Yeah. So, and the other question was, can you walk us through, you mentioned the funding from various sources. If successful, how much money will come into your group to then apply towards this work being done?
We have no idea at the current
Okay.
moment. We're just
Okay.
getting the costs done, just starting with these two grants because the opportunity became available. And the fourth portion of our work is to actually put a grant plan together. We don't even yet know what we need to ask for, much less how much will be coming in, because you never know if you're going to be successful with any grant.
Okay, thank you.
More to come, in process, right, Mari?
Indeed.
Yeah. And you said how many sites you have at this point? 150?
54 throughout Chester County.
Yeah. So trying to connect them to get people to see the story. So
We
yeah.
can we can only put about 80 of those on the two trails combined, but there
Right.
will be a supplementing, and the purpose of those is to turn them into cell phone tours when we finally get to that point. There will be a supplementing document that will be listing everything else we found with its significance, because there is just so much.
So Hank, this will kind of partially answer your question. Mari, I know that the website, this is a holding spot. This map is in the handout that Emily sent. And right now I can't grab it enough here to see,
Sure.
but it is a map.
If you want to put your email in the chat, I can send you an.
That's
Yeah.
great. Thank you.
I'll share it with everybody on the website too for 250, because there is a section on the 250 website homepage that links to other stuff as well.
Right.
Yeah. So there are maps in many different places. And of course, I can't put my hand on the right one right now.
Sure.
Okay. And actually, who else was I going to ask? Oh, I think Lawrence just ran to another meeting. I was hoping to find out what was going on in East Whiteland, but we'll have to save that for another day. Who else has things going on that they'd like to talk about?
Karen, can I talk about our wreaths across the Grove?
Yeah, please. That's December, right, Laura?
December 14th at 10 a.m. If anybody's familiar with Wreaths Across America, it's initiative to do wreath laying on all veterans' graves. The Medal of Honor Grove on our property obviously is not a graveyard, but we do a program every year called Wreaths Across the Grove in conjunction with Wreaths Across America, where we do a wreath laying for each state marker for the Medal of Honor recipients. It's been a very casual event in the past, and we're trying to make it a more formal event this year. So we will have some speakers, we will have some brass players doing a couple of military pieces, and we will have a nice little reception with, I believe, hot cocoa and whatever else.
Hot whatever.
Whatever else the event people decide that we should be eating and drinking. So December 14th at 10 a.m. on our campus, which is 1601 Valley Forge Road, Valley Forge, PA. If you would like to come. And I sent the flyer over to Karen, you, and Beth.
We'll forward it.
Yeah, if we can forward it. If you'd like to sponsor a wreath, the wreaths are only $25. You can do it in honor of somebody if you would like. So however we can spread that, I would love to spread that. And
Okay.
then the other thing, which is more long-term that we're working on that's very exciting, is a trail connecting the Medal of Honor Grove to George Washington's headquarters in Valley Forge Park. And we were concerned that this was going to be a monumental task because of the railway that is running between our two properties. But we have been making very good friends with Conrail and Norfolk Southern, and it may not be as monumental of a task as we thought it would be. So that's moving forward, and we're very excited about that. And I will share more progress as we make it with the trail. In my head, I'm calling it our America 250 Trail, but
Good.
that's not an official title yet.
America 250 Trail, let freedom ring.
Lara, is your Wreath Across America event involved with the Delaware County Veterans Memorial? Because they were a stop on the caravan last year. Are you a stop on the caravan?
I don't believe so, but if you would like to send me a contact for them, I would love to loop them in.
Yeah, because last year, I mean, I was on their board. I'm not on their board anymore, but last year we had a huge event. We were one of the stop, I think the caravan for Wreaths Across America goes from Maine to Washington or Florida, I don't know. And we were the only stop in Pennsylvania, but there was the huge outpouring of people. And actually, if you were looking for some volunteers for your event, I remember the Red Cross brought a truck and gave free coffee, and Wawa gave free food. I mean, it was because a stop on the caravan, all these people in the caravan needed to eat because they've been driving all day. So I'll find out.
Yeah, and I just put my email in the chat. It's kennedyle@foundingforward.org. If you want to shoot me an email, I will happily. I am not so much involved with this event. Some of my other colleagues are, but I do want to share it with everybody, of course. But I would love to connect anybody who would be interested in getting more involved with it or who would have a connection to help promote it, because we would like to make it as big an event as we can. And we're willing to spend what we need to spend to do it right.
Could you tell me what organization you're involved with again?
Founding Forward is the name.
Founding, all right, thank you.
In Wreaths Across America, there's on the website coordinating a location to bring them into the community. So there may still be time, Laura, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Kathy, where did the caravan stop last year?
Delaware County Veterans Memorial on Westchester Pike, Newtown Square.
Right, okay, yeah, interesting. Got it. Huh, all right, learned something new. Beautiful, thank you. Who else would like to question, comment, observation? What do you got? Anybody? What we're doing is writing this up on the whiteboard, and Emily will follow up and if anybody just wants more information or for us to send somebody out to your group to help with some planning and to help coordinate you with other people, that's what we're here for. So please, this is good. There's a lot going on. And it's not even 2026 yet, so planning is going to help, most definitely. And I am really delighted to hear that there's some possible volunteer reenactors, because they're the ones you're going to be in great demand. Yeah. If you have specific questions, please stay on and we'll talk about it or get back in touch. Oh, Jay, I just saw you came back on again. You want to talk about what's going on in your part of the world? I didn't know you were still here.
Yeah, I took the camera off, so I was saving phone battery, but
Smart man.
As far as the Iron Steel Heritage Partnership goes, we had a meeting yesterday.
Right.
And we confirmed our meeting date for 2025. So we'll be doing our quarterly meetings January, April, July, and November, which is basically the steering committee for the Iron and Steel Heritage Partnership. And then we'll be planning a full partnership meeting that would also be fully open to the public in September.
Okay, great.
We don't have that September date yet. The quarterly meetings, the dates have been chosen. September has not, but maybe we can connect with you guys offline to have some arrangements.
Yeah, we'd like to
about
really. Good. So I'll do. Emily, let's hook up with Jay so we can help figure that through, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
We got a lot of resources up there. We got to make sure that people understand it and we can make it even more visitor access and spread the word. And Terry, what do you have going on?
I just have a late thought. Thank you. First of all, my list is running over with all the ideas that I've heard today. So I thank you for everyone. As I said at the beginning, we're still just sort of formulating what we can do, but it does appear to me that there might be an opportunity for either a combined grant or some outreach regarding translation services so that the people that speak 58 languages alone in the small area that we sit in Chester County
can understand what it is we're doing. I know People's Light in the past for their theater had gotten some grants for translation under their stage, which was helpful for a Korean play. I haven't pursued any of this. I'm just throwing it out as you have so much information that you're sharing and so much talking and communications, but it's going to be lost on a lot of people. So I'm just wondering if anybody has pursued that avenue yet, has a connection with either Comcast or with some of the tech agencies, or that might be a role that we can play.
I think you just brought up an important role, Terry.
So I don't know where that fits exactly, but I'm going to put it out on the whiteboard.
It fits on the things we should be paying
Thinking
attention
about.
to. Yeah, yeah.
Right. I know not all of our students are fully lingual yet in English, but many are. They advance very quickly. So we know we work with the Emergency Services Department in Chester County. If there's a neighborhood in trouble and they need a very specific speaker, sometimes we can help there. But this is a different scale, and this might be a really great way to put some spotlight on our diversity in the community.
That's huge.
So just throw it out there. Maybe Jerry, you and I, that's something around the theater, or that's kind of thing. Well, happy to put my name on that one. I'll continue to think about it.
Good, good. What else? We're loading a whiteboard. What do we have going on, Emily? There's somebody loading the whiteboard now, because it just came up on my screen? And done. Anything else today for the good of the order?
I mean, we have something coming up with the Great Valley chapter, but we're not exactly sure when it's going to be. It's at Westchester University. NSDAR has a traveling interactive American Revolution experience, and it's going to be coming there in 2026. But I don't know we don't know yet exactly when.
Everything you can do to help keep us informed. We have a 250 committee at Westchester University that's trying to keep track and planning. And the more we get from both sides, internal and external, the more we'll actually know and be able to spread the word. That is terrific. Thank you so much. Interesting. All right. Anything else for the good of the order today? I think we'll be getting in touch with each of you for different reasons, and don't hesitate to reach out to us if we can't find you first, all right? You got a lot of good things to do, important things to do for our region, for our country, and there's much more to come. So thank you. Have a safe Thanksgiving wherever you should end up. And we'll be back in a few more weeks to continue on this journey toward liberty and justice for all. So thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
Good holidays.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Terry, can you stay on for a sec? I knew I caught you, Terry.
I had to hit cancel real fast. Yes, thanks, Emily.
We would have
I
got
just saw
you.
your message there.
Oh,
I need to
yeah.
quick copy that link.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which link? Which link? What did you do, Em?
I sent the PA grant database, the new resource that just came out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a couple. I forgot to talk about that one. Yeah, you're right. So there's stuff on our website, Terry. So let me show, the website for 250 where it is. How about we share that? And
Beth, do you want to end the recording?
oh yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.